quick update. I ended up blowing an account on Friday. But overall, I just got to get back to how I was in the beginning. Like, actually following my rules, actually sticking to shit that not just fucking. All strategies are the fucking same, bro. Doesn't matter what you trade, support and resistance is just liquidity levels. All that shit's the fucking same, bro.
Flame shit. I know I'm gonna make it to the top and I can taste it. Ran this money chasing to this guap, I almost fainted. My heart probably vacant, I'm hot like a blanket. I can't stop and get complacent, cause somebody else will take.
Alright, what's up, everybody? How's it going? I'm back. I haven't fucking posted a video, I think, since like last week. I recorded any clips. Quick update. I ended up blowing an account on Friday. And then Saturday I worked all day until I think it was like 5, 6. And after that, chilled with my pops. And then we chilled with the cousins for a little bit. Ended up getting fucked up that night. Saturday, I was hungover the whole day. So back on my grind today. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and pick you guys up later just to give you guys like a full in-depth talking on more in-depth update. But right now I'm gonna hit my workout and then do a trade recap for you guys, and I'll see you guys in the outro. Alright, what's up, everybody? I'm gonna go ahead and go over this trade recap today. I'm gonna try to keep this shit under 5 minutes. Usually my trade recaps go fucking forever. Right? So what I have marked out already is the liquidity levels, right? We have this big ass. Another thing I want to get into. Hold on. Oh no, really? Bam. So as we can see right here, first things first, come market open yesterday, we had this big ass jump candle, right? So in my mind, looking at this, I want to be bearish just because we have more draws on liquidity to the downside, and we have this big ass new week opening gap. Right? And 9 times out of 10, we're going to want to come down here and fill this new week opening gap. Okay? So in the long term, we're going to want to come down and fill this gap. Right? But until we could get confirmation that we're going to go to the downside and confirmation that we're going to keep doing come and fill this, we're going to need to see at least a 5-minute breaker structure or a close below inverse fair value gap. Right, we want an inverse fair value gap just to show us if we're gonna go lower or not. So high time frame bullish, right? Long term, we want to see this shit fill this gap, this new week opening gap. So we could go ahead and go down into the 5-minute chart and see if we could get confirmation showing that we're gonna go to the downside, or if we're gonna continue that bullish trend to the upside. So during London session, we didn't have no accumulation. As you can see right here, we had accumulation over here. And then just rode this shit. And then we had a little bit of accumulation during London session. Same thing on ES. Right, a little bit of accumulation over here. SMT formed at these lows over here. Right. ES took out these. I'll just go ahead and show you guys right now, bro. Look at this. Bam. Let me move this too. Bam. These are the same times. 1905, 1700, 1700, 1905. Yep. So as you can see, like, this shit, the way that I trade, I'm able to trade it throughout different sessions and fucking all that, but stick to one, guys. Stick to one. All right, so let's go down into the 5-minute chart and let's just see what price did come market open. All right, and it's so easier when you back testing rather than forward testing. Because when you're back testing, you see these fucking candles. You're not seeing this whole candle get filled and this whole candle get made. All right, like bam, I click that and then the whole candle just comes up. Okay, so first thing we get when we market opens is we get that sweep of liquidity. Right. Let me mark out our macro timing, which is 950. Okay. Same thing over here, right? This is a SMT. Yes, because right here we have market opens and we don't come up and take out these highs, right? As you can see right here, bam, we got a lower low. We're creating on ES. We're creating lower highs. Let's create the high first. Bam, right here. Okay. Yeah, no. So that's not an S. Well, it did create this high. It's a lower time frame high. Yeah, you see. It's a lower time frame SMT, but still, we want to stick onto the 5-minute chart. Back testing over the weekend on Saturday, I back tested. I started to realize when you stick on the higher time frames, this shit's gonna work out more in your favor rather than jumping straight into the fucking 1-minute chart, right? So we get that sweep of liquidity on both sides now, right? ES took out this low while NAS took out this low and this high. So let's just see what these two charts do. Okay. So we were bearish prior to market open, as we can see right here. We had broke structure with this low. So we were bearish on ES. On NAS were we bearish? Yeah, so we're bearish pre-market prior to market open, right? Once we get that 5-minute break of structure, that's when we can start looking for confirmation that price is probably not, and then yeah. Okay. So as we can see right here, we have that sweep, we have an SMT, we have that sweep of liquidity, right? This is showing perfect sign for sales. As we can see, we have all this liquidity to the downside. So we would want to be in sales, right? But is price showing us sales come market open? No. Sales? No. Right now we're just consolidating over here on NAS, but we did get this 5-minute breaker structure back to the upside. Okay. So once that happens, now we can start looking for confluences to just enter a trade. Do we get a SMT as well? Let's go ahead and check. This low, 5-minute, no. Down, no. This low, no. Okay. Again, this shit seems easy when you're back testing, but I guarantee you, if I was on the fucking charts this morning, I would probably be looking for sales. But that's why coming back to the market after the fucking trading day's over, it's way more. Yeah, I feel like when I come back to these markets after the trading day's over, after my mindset's not in the fucking, like you get a way clearer understanding of this fucking market, bro. Okay. So we're continuing that bullish uptrend, just creating the lower low, lower highs, right? And then again, we have all this accumulation with the manipulation right here during market open. But we did also have manipulation to the upside. That's what we got to keep in factor, right? Keep in mind. So let's go ahead and see. Okay, so now ES is barely getting above these highs while NAS is already above the highs. So if we were looking for shorts, right, they would present themselves right after we get the sweep of these highs up here. Right, so if we get a break of structure to the downside, bam. Okay, no break of structure. Still no break of structure. Okay, now let's go to NAS, right? What time frame are we at over here? 720. Still no break of structure to the downside. All right, we are continuing. We have yet to break this low down here. Okay. We did just tap into this order block to move down prior to the sweep of liquidity. Bam. Okay, now let's see what happens after this. We get an inverse of this fair value gap. But we also inverse this fair value gap as well too. But again, we did not get a break of structure, so inverse this fair value gap. Let's see if we get a 5-minute retest into this fair value gap, which we do off of here. So we could disregard this. Bam. Let's go down into the 1-minute chart, right? Let's stick to the rules that I was using prior to fucking, what's it called? Blowing all the accounts that I fucking had. Now we just wait for a break of structure, which we get right here. And then we long off of this break of structure. Stops below these lows. Target on 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Also, too, your fucking entries would have been way better if you would have entered off of this fucking order block. Remember, the order block is the move down prior to the sweep of liquidity that caused the reaction out of it. So prior to the sweep of liquidity, even this one right here would have been your order block. And you would have got it even. This is like how people bottom tick, quote unquote, / top tick. I never saw the strategy, but just looking at it, all strategies are the fucking same, bro. Doesn't matter what you trade, support and resistance is just liquidity levels. All that shit's the fucking same, bro. And get the fuck out your feelings about that shit. Stick to your fucking strategy, which I should be doing. And let's see if this shit works. Fucking chop. You wouldn't want to be in this trade. Okay. Chop. Bam. Still going up. This would have been like a sorry ass trade to be in like today. Again, you would want to have been into a trade like this off of here. Target of 1 and 2. That would have been better. Or enter directly off of just the entry of your 5-minute fair value gap, which is right here. Stops below right here. Target of 1 and 2 would have been hit. Bam. So the entry points is just something that I got to start working on rather than the. Because look, man, this is like just the entry point, bro. If I would have entered off of just the entry right here or the entry down here off the 5-minute order block, would have been way better, right? But again, just patience, bro. Like that's the shit I gotta teach. Well, that I gotta teach myself, right? Patience, because I would have held this trade until 11. Because usually by 11, if I don't get that push up after 11, I'm out of the trade. As you can see, this shit pushed up. Damn. Yeah, that trade would have hit. Let's go ahead and go back. Go ahead and put that back in there. Look at that. I mean, I would have had it held till market closed, but fuck. It would have hit. It would have still hit. Okay, let's see if ES would have gave us a better entry on that. Again, we did not get a 5-minute break of structure to the downside, so that's the only reason why I would still be looking for longs in this shit rather than trying to catch a short. Because look, people probably caught this 5-minute inverse off of here, waited for this 5-minute fair value gap to get tapped into, probably entered right off of it, didn't even wait for a break of structure to the downside, which you don't even get. Fucking thing cut out. But look, again, you guys didn't even get that break of structure on the 1 minute yet to even try to get into this trade, right? So say you guys were shorting, you guys are looking for shorts, you guys have this 5-minute fair value gap, but then we end up inversing it, bro. So you got to understand that this shit's now invalid. Once we got that closure above it, it's invalid now. So even if you did get your 1 minute break of structure after that, it's still invalid. Right? Again, don't take, I have this in another video, don't take advice from me. I only have one payout worth $2,000. I'm yet not profitable with that payout. So take everything I say with a grain of salt. This is all shit from the 4 years of experience that I've been looking at these fucking charts, that I've been trading, through all the cycles that I've been through. Right? But now, okay, let's say on NAS, on ES, we don't have a 5-minute fair value gap. What could we be waiting for? A 5-minute retest into equilibrium. Okay, now we get that 5-minute break of structure on ES, which is a down and up candle. Bam. Okay. So let's go back on NAS. See if this break of structure would have created a SMT. Nope. And then we break structure back to the upside. So now that break of structure is invalid and we're just chopping. Barcode fucking price action today, guys. I mean, bam, this is your 5-minute fair value gap. 1 minute break of structure off of this. And this break structure right here. I mean, if you hop in off of this break of structure, that's too risky. You would want to wait. Like if you entered off of this candlestick right here, you would want to wait and be patient. Right? Because this one broke the structure. Long position, short below, bam. Because if it comes below this low, that means we're fucking breaking structure back to the downside, and our shit was invalid. And yep, you would have got stopped out. Until bam, right there. So you were looking for a 1 or 2. You would have barely been stopped out on this fucking trade. Okay, so now that we know the fair value gap, our stop should be below the fair value gap. And then target a 1 or 2. So instead of having a bigger risk way down here, do it below that fair value gap body and target all time. Not all-time high. Well, we are trading all-time highs, but I 1 or 2. And this one you would have hit it prior to market close. But other than that, that's a little trade analysis for today. I'm gonna go ahead and see you guys probably tomorrow. Not too sure. I've been lagging it on this fucking YouTube grind, but I'll go ahead and see you guys in the next one. Alright, what's up everybody? How's it going? I just got done editing this video. Again, on Friday, I ended up blowing that fucking funded account. To be honest, it was not even a good trading day. I mean, everything fucking fell in place, but it was just CPI was that day, and then fucking PPI came out during market open, and it just fucked up the whole market. Market was choppy as shit. Let me go ahead. I could have swore I fucking lost it. To be honest, I probably got like $5 left before I fucking blow it for real. Express funded account details. Okay. Top step, 3 days left to stay funded. Yeah, that. I haven't got the fucking email saying that I blew it. I was going to show you guys. But I still got 2 funded accounts on the back end outside of those. And what my goal is, I think I said this in the last video too, what I'm going to do is just trade $500 every Friday instead of trying to trade throughout the week. And if it's a choppy Friday, something I'm not liking, I'm going to go down to $250. But if it's an A+ trade, I feel confident in the trade, I'm going to stick to the 500. Because in the beginning of this YouTube channel, if you guys go back to my previous videos almost a year ago, I was following my rules. I was sticking to my shit. I had a 100K account and I was risking $500 a day for that account, and I was making I made $6,000 doing that, right? I did have a bigger drawdown period, but I deadass just stuck to my rules, and I think it was like 5 winning days in a row. But overall, I just got to get back to how I was in the beginning, like actually following my rules, actually sticking to shit, that not just fucking staying on the 1 minute chart, 3 minute chart, sticking to the shit that I had prior was working. And then once I blew that account is when I started letting my mindset go. Right, I still try to stick to it. I still was trying to fucking, but I was full porting. I wasn't using risk management. I wasn't using none of that shit. So I'm gonna go ahead and just, I think it was March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. Yeah, so I've been in a fucking slump for a little bit now. Trying to full port, trying to fucking make fast money. All this shit, I get it in the comments. Everybody tells me I'm trying that. But I'm getting impatient of patiently waiting. So that's what I have to stop doing and just be patient and just follow everything. Follow all my rules. If nothing fucking plays out, you're not taking a trade. Get off the charts. So, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it, and I'll see you guys again. I don't know, in the next video, which I don't know when that's gonna be, but I'll see ya.